All right, we are live. So let's get started. Let's see if this thing is what's going on here. Okay, we back. I'm sorry. All last week was supposed to be scheduled and it looked like they put them all out on the same day. So I don't know what's going on as far as with this StreamYard yet. I'm really just starting to figure it out, and I've had it over a year. But we've been doing a lot of other things. Sorry, we like 2 hours late. We usually supposed to come in at 7. I was in a class with Farmer Courtney, Samar, Gardens Initiatives, Daniel, and Sister Colette Muhammad. And a lot of this stuff supposed to already been scheduled, but like I say, it's not working at the moment. And that's that on that regard. Then I'm trying to apply for an acting position, so I haven't even checked that. And my daughters, I haven't even spoke to them today. So you see, I'm way behind, which should have been scheduled. But we're working on figuring this all out. So give us, I say, about a month to really figure this out. Hopefully less. But with that being stated, I don't know. I guess I got to stay in the picture throughout the whole process. So I can't take myself out the picture. I know the last shows for that week was off the heezy if you would have been able to hear me. But don't know what to say. So we're going to have to do all that over. Yes. Sometimes you just have to do that. So, but at this point, we're moving on to the next one. And this one is on a movement in memory of Trayvon. Okay. Let's see here. Yeah. Put my clock on because I'm short of time now. Oh my goodness. But we're going to get some things going. Okay. A movement in memory of Trayvon. As trial for killer of black teen proceeds in Florida, organizers demanding justice and end to racially based targeting of youth. Okay, by Charlene Muhammad, national correspondent. As Sister Charlene. It should have been in my descriptions. I don't even think I was able to put it in there. Let me see if I can still do it. Well, I don't want to mess nothing up. Just gonna leave it. So let's get started. While the fight for justice in the Trayvon Martin case goes forward in the legal system, another fight is waging in the streets. Now this is from the final call we won't forget. And what I'm doing is going through final calls. Sometimes they may be present, but I'm gonna give the final call newspaper it's time to take care of their business as far as on the front end. And I'm coming behind in the back end, in the middle end, and whatever other end there is, and bringing more awareness to these issues on my YouTube, because I know there's people, there's FOIs, MGTs, there's brothers and sisters that support the final call. They get the final call, but they're not able to read everything in the final calls. Okay, and it's a lot of good information that they miss out on. So on this YouTube channel, the So What Show, we help in solving that issue. Okay, so with that being stated, let's get started. Now we are also on Instagram Now we just got up on Instagram with the So What Show. You can go over there and find good, beautiful quotes for your days as well. Okay, I may even go live or do a reel on there every now and then as well. So we are also on Instagram. We are also on TikTok, but we're not really dropping that on TikTok right now. It's too much. So basically, right now we're focusing on the Instagram and the YouTube. Okay, and we're not just going live on YouTube at this time. When we go live on YouTube, we're going live on YouTube. We're going live on um, what is it? N, which is just this is the first time in, because at first they had to find out and see if we was going to be. They only do a selected few, and look like we're one of them. So we're in with N now, and we are also live with Facebook. We also live with Twitch, but we can only do three at the process at this time. So Twitch is out of the mix at this time. So once we get some opportunities, we're gonna go over there to Twitch, and we're gonna go and upload what was not able to be um, live done live with Twitch on Twitch. Okay, so we're gonna be doing that with Twitch because we just got in. It was Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch, but now it's Facebook, YouTube, and N. So we'll be having a upload over there on Twitch for the gamers and podcasters and things of that nature over there. And we may just switch it up with N and Twitch from time to time so they can get at least a little bit, which is a good idea for the time being. But at this point, we got N, Facebook, and YouTube. And with that being stated, let's get on into it. The title of it is A Movement in Memory of Trayvon. Okay. While the fight for justice in the Trayvon Martin case goes forward in the legal system, another fight is waging in the streets. Activists are challenging the authorities' conduct in the teen's case and handling of his memory, while simultaneously demonstrating their outrage over the criminalization of black youth. Even with the trial of George Zimmerman, Trayvon Martin's killer, beginning at final call press time on June 10th in Sanford, Florida, most vocal against attempts to denigrate his image were Sabrina Fortin and Tracy Martin, his hurting yet focused parents. And see, when I'm going back through these in the final calls, sometimes there are things that was mentioned in that time period, but people don't keep up with it, and it brings it back to their memory or brings up a reminder, or you can see where it was then, and then you can see where it is now, and you can see how much movement or what was what success came out of it, or you know how they is with the Candy and Bam Bam when they come out saying one thing in the beginning, and then if you look at it today, they're saying something different, as if they didn't say what they said in the beginnings. So we're able to get a lot of more information out of that and gain wisdom in that process as well. So let's keep going. The defense attorney wants to put in the potential jury's mind that Trayvon was this bad kid that was on heavy drugs, and he was all off into guns. He had just turned 17. If he was that bad of a kid, why wasn't he ever in any trouble with the law? But that didn't make him, well, Mr. Martin asked. His son had experienced a school suspension, But that didn't make him a bad child, he said. As for media references to his son and guns, Mr. Martin said he didn't know that Trayvon, no parent in America, can tell what their child does or cite every daily activity, but one can only hope lessons instilled in children outweigh temptation, he said. This the most difficult time in our lives, but through prayer, through the support of family and friends, we are trying to strengthen ourselves with each day. Sabrina Fulton said, regarding the toll the ordeal is taking on her family. We know who Trayvon Martin was, and so the attempts to try to portray him or demonize him or make him look negative were still staying focused on the trial. We're staying focused on the positive. We're staying focused on the person, the child, the teenager that we knew, Miss Fulton said. Family attorney Benjamin Crump told the Final Call the trial judge has already barred Mr. Zimmerman's attorneys from presenting photos of Trayvon Martin with a gun and drugs in court. It's the same thing. I mean, why would you want to show him with some drugs and gun? I mean, did he pass away with a gun and some drugs? Okay. That's like taking somebody to trial, anybody to trial. It's a lot of them that have been to trial, didn't have gun pictures or drugs and things of that nature. Did you put them up in there? So it really don't make no sense. You're just trying to portray a image of an individual so it helps you persuade the jury or audience of your mental picture of that individual, which is not cool. And I don't blame them. It really don't even make sense to even try to even do something of that nature. But let's keep going. It's the same thing we predicted they were going to try. They killed them. Now they're going to try and see. By us going through this, we can see the differences with Trayvon's case in some instances on how they trying to portray this young individual, but then look how they stood up for Rittenhouse. Okay, so let's keep on going. It's the same thing we predicted they were going to try. They killed him. Now they're going to try to assassinate his character. Attorney Crump said. He likened the tactic to blaming the rape victim to justify the criminal's heinous act. They're playing on the stereotypes and biases of the people to try to taint the jury pool. They want to try and make everybody think that young black men are criminals, or they hold a typical mentality that made George Zimmerman get out of that car and chase Trayvon Martin, and his lawyers now are using that same stereo mentality to try to justify the death, Attorney Crump charged. Now, I remember I've been in security over 25 years. Now, in one of my instances, and I was downtown when they was building up the new downtown highways in Dallas, right? I'm gonna tell you this story on this part. So I'm driving down through downtown in the truck, just drive and check, make sure everything is rolling right. And then I see a truck on the side of the road, and and they picking up the metal beams that go inside of the bridges. When they when they lay the concrete, they got these long metal beams, but these was the old ones that they broke off the old bridges, and they put them all up in a area by themselves after they crunch all that thing be doing all that crunching all the concrete out of it. They put the wire over in a pile by itself, and I'm rolling through and I see two African men, right? I see two African men over there with their truck, and they putting the metal in the back of their truck. So I roll up to them, and I say, "Hey man, what's going on?" "Oh, not too much. Y'all doing all right?" "Yeah, we doing okay." "Okay. So what y'all doing with that metal right there?" "Oh, we just putting on the back of our truck." I said, "Okay. Did you get some kind of permission to do that? To do that?" "Oh yeah, we talked to the supervisor and he said we can go in and get as much as we want." I said, "Okay," and I drove off. See, I drove off. Look how I do it though. And then I drove off into the distance where I'm still driving. I got my blinkers on, my hazards on, and I pull on down a little bit further, and I can still see them in my back through my rearview mirror. And I called the supervisor because I got the supervisor's number. You know what I'm saying? So I called the supervisor up. I called the supervisor up, and he like, "Yeah, what's going on?" I said, there's two African men over here in the truck picking up the old metal beams from the bridges. They said you said it's okay for them to do it. Is that true?" And he was like, "Hell no." He said, "Hell no. Where they at? Where they located?" Where they located at? So I gave him the location of where they was at, and he was like, "Okay, stay there till I get there." So he got off the phone, and he on his way. Right? So after that, I turned around and just posted toward him. So if I need to roll toward him, I can. And I called the police. And for backup. And the police station is not too far in the downtown area. So the police like, okay, where they located at? And I gave the police the location as well. Well, because and then as I gave them the police station, they jumping in their car to take off. The supervisor ain't made it there. The police ain't made it there yet. I'm the only one there at the moment. Okay? Now, I ain't scared of the two bad boys. They some older cats. I could easily took them out. But I ain't going that route. Okay? Ride with me. So I called the supervisor back after I talked to the police. And he was like, I said, they look like they about to, oh, yep, they about to go. And so he's saying, well, okay, well, follow him. And I'm giving him directions as I'm following them in their vehicle, right? Then the police called me back after I got off the phone with him, because he didn't caught up with me now. And he didn't pull the no, he ain't pulled him over yet. He haven't pulled. I'm trying to remember it totally, but I can't remember it all right now. But somewhere in between me and him following the following the truck, the police called me back on the phone. So I'm on the phone with the police, right? And I'm following him, and he following them to pull them over. And the police on the phone with me talking about, so what are you guys? So where you? I said, we follow him right now. He's like, okay. The police look. The police say, whatever you guys do, don't follow. We're gonna take it from here. Don't follow. Okay, that's what the police is telling me. Okay, now the supervisor said, the hell with the police. We following these bad. We following these bad boys. Okay, so what he told me to do is, he said, I'm gonna pull up in front of them and corner them as they going over the bridge. They going over the bridge by the court going past the court building. So he jumped in front of him. He said, "What I want you to do," because he pulled up beside me, and he said, "I want you to pull behind them so they can't move." So he didn't pull up in front of him like the police. You know, he got his blinkers on and everything. He pulled over in front of him like the police, and I just pulled behind him. He get out the car, his truck, and approached the men on the passenger side of their vehicle. And he going. I can hear everything he's saying. You know, he says, "So where you going? Where you going with my medal, man?" And they looking like dumbfounded, dumbfounded. And then I'm talking to the police. The police is still on the phone, and I'm like, we didn't, they pulled over right here, the whole time. The police on the phone, So he didn't talk to the people and told them to turn around and go take it back, And he was, he was more in a commanding mode. "Where you going with my medal? Now you turn back around and take it back where you got it from." So they took it back and took it off. Police got off the phone, and we still waiting for the police to come. Police ain't never made it yet. So they done took all the metal off, and they taking off. I got all the description. I had all the descriptions of the things and stuff before I even called him. I done got I done got the license plate. I done got how many men it was. I done got the pretty much their height, what they look like, what they got on, the color of the truck, the type of truck, and everything. You see, I done already got all the descriptions and everything that's really needed. But he went past the police, got him, took it back, and he let him roll on. I said, "Well, what about the police?" He said, "Don't even worry about the police. They put it back. They ain't stole nothing. So let them go." But I'm just giving you this, what in my experience of something I've did, far as with this dude, he pursued him. Okay, when you really don't need to pursue him, because if you own your stuff, you should be able to get and see how I went up and talked to him first. Like I ain't know, like I may be part of the gang or something. You know what I'm saying? I'm going up to him, cool. Hey, what's going on, man? I done went up and talked to him. I know how they sound. I done got a good visual of them. You see, I'm peeping them out while they talking to me. I done got the full description as far as what they got on. I done got the truck. I done got the license before I even pulled up. You see what I'm saying? I done got the truck and the license before I even pulled all the way. I'm coasting. I ain't in no rush like I'm the police now. I'm just rolling through, So I done got everything practically what we needed. He wanted to go on and be the police, the supervisor, far as in taking charge. The police never showed up any dang way. It was a busy day. And by the time they would have got there, all they would have did was they would have found them, because I got everything they needed. On another day, they probably been somewhere and got the money and whatever. And then they really would have got in trouble. They would have got charged for theft and all kinds of stuff. So he kind of saved them from the police. Okay. But I had everything the police needed. But this man, he pursued this young man. He didn't even talk to him. Okay. Wasn't no coolness to him. He done pursued him. And you don't supposed to pursue. I'm listening to the police on the phone right here while he talking about follow behind me, and the police like, "What are you guys doing?" I said, "We following behind them." "No, that ain't what you're supposed to do. You don't pursue them." That's what the police is saying. He's saying the hell with the police. Okay, that's in the mind state of Trayvon, really. I'm Zimmerman. Okay, I'm the police, far as this going right here. Now, he didn't do what Zimmerman did, but I'm giving you more of an understanding of Zimmerman out of place. And if he had done his job correctly like I did, he wouldn't need to run, touch, nothing, because you got everything the police need to pursue the individual to get whatever done accomplish. Okay, let's keep going. They're playing on the stereotypes and biases of the people to try to taint the jury pool. They want to try and make everybody think that young black men are criminals, or they hold a typical mentality that made George Zimmerman get out of that car and chase Trayvon Martin, and his lawyers now are using that same stereo mentality to try to justify the death. Attorney Crump charged. Any day is tough living without his son, but coping becomes especially hard for Tracy Martin as Father's Day nears. And I would like to mention, the supervisors do have the power of 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 some power as far as dealing with the traffic and things, because he's doing the whole downtown area. They can cut off the whole highway if they need to, and nobody move. Okay, so he do have certain powers. Now, if this was totally in his power, I don't know. I do know they got certain powers what they can do. They can shut down the whole downtown area if they wanted to. Okay, they can tell cars you go this way and they go that way and things of that nature. But as far as only the police and him know that. Okay, let's keep on going. They're playing on the stereotypes. Well, we read that part. Let's keep going. Any day is tough living without his son. But coping becomes especially hard for Tracy Martin as Father's Day nears. I always looked for the little gift that he gave me, whether it was, it's the father, whether it was the same gift every year, but I looked for that gift. That's a beautiful, most fathers don't get gifts. There's a lot of children that don't give their father gifts for Father's Day, let alone for their birthdays. Now that I'm thinking back, I never gave my father a birthday gift. I think I might have got him something for Father's Day though. But sure, my mama never really took me around my father, so I didn't really get to know my father till the last years of his life. And when I went around my father, I was asking for money. As far as I'm concerned, give me something. I ain't got nothing to get you, nothing with. You know what I'm saying? But that says a lot about Trayvon, as far as how he felt toward his father. See, I know it's a lot of fathers out here now that got daughters and sons. And I mean, did they gave you a gift, man? Did you get a gift from your babies for your birthday? Did your babies give you a gift for Father's Day? But when it come to mamas, I can remember many times I done gave my mother diamonds and gold and everything as far as her birthday and her for Mother's Day. I can remember all kind of them for my mother. But for fathers, did your babies get you something? That's the question. Now, this father was given gifts by Trayvon. Ain't that something? That says a lot. Any day is tough living without his son, but coping becomes especially hard for Tracy Martin as Father's Day nears. I always look for the little gift that he gave me, whether it was the same gift every year, but I looked forward to that gift. He would go and buy me a pack of t-shirts or a pack of socks or some slacks, house shoes, whatever. But I knew that I had that gift coming. I'm not going to get that gift this year, Mr. Martin said. Too often, black and brown children are being killed, and communities don't speak up. Communities. Well, you know, in the hood, we do not have a community yet. So we must build us some communities as far as that goes. But let's keep going. He continued. Let's take a little short break while I get to the next part. Okay, we are continuing from that, and it's stating that he continued to find favor. We continue to find favor with. He continued to find favor with your open enemies. You're denouncing. No, that don't sound right. How can that be? That can't be it. Okay, okay. I'm getting it, family. I'm getting it. Okay, we're there. All right. Once asked what he'd do if a black person was charged with killing his son, Mr. Martin replied he'd fight the same way. If you value your child's life, you want to see your child's killer brought to justice, no matter if he's black, white, brown, because he feel we were robbed. We feel that we were wrong. So our fight from the onset was we need justice. We need equal justice, Mr. Martin told the final call. And we're definitely not receiving equal justice here in America, which is a corporation to this day, just like any other corporation. Most of these corporations in America that ain't called the United States of America, but they called by anything. You know, it may be called Amazon, it may be called YouTube, it may be called Instagram, it may be called McDonald's, it may be called Exxon, Shell, it may be called Quick Trip, it may be called whatever it is. But that for sure, we're not receiving equal justice in all of them to this day. You got lawsuits up in the air right now, pending, because it was some inequality. Okay, that's big facts. Let's keep going. Okay, as their family endures the trial of their son's killer rather, the parents are encouraged by renewed national activism sweeping the country. If people don't speak up about the senseless killings of their children, society will assume it's okay to depreciate the value of their lives, said Mr. Martin. By being thrust into this situation, you hate that it's your child, but at the end of the day, you say to yourself, maybe this was something that had to happen, and maybe we were the right people to pick because we were so outspoken about his death that we were standing there from the beginning saying, no, you killed my son and something has to be done about this, Mr. Martin insisted. Activists with the National Stop Mass Incarceration Network kicked off National Hoodie Day under the slogans, "We are all Trayvon. The whole damn system is guilty." And under the Twitter hashtags, hashtag hoodies up and hashtags justice for Trayvon, the same day the Zimmerman trial began. Actions around Trayvon's death and National Hoodie Day are linked crimes by police and self-styled vigilantes in different states, organizers said. We're working both around the trial of George Zimmerman to get justice for Trayvon, to make sure that as they try to let Zimmerman off the hook, we're not gonna let that go down like that, said DeAndre Teeter, an organizer with the National Stop Mass Incarceration Network. One of the major questions around the Trayvon Martin trial is who is calling rather, for help on 911 tapes. This was the debate at final call press time over the tapes and conclusions reached by a prosecution expert. The voice was identified as Trayvon's, but defense lawyers said the technology used to reach that conclusion was unreliable. But, said Attorney Crump, Mr. Zimmerman opened and closed the question about the haunting calls for help captured as someone called 911 to report an altercation. Remember, even George Zimmerman said when they asked him about the 911 tape, that doesn't even sound like me. Attorney Crump told the final call. That's interesting. I know I talked to my daughter the other day, and I was talking to her. I'm like, man, you don't even sound like yourself. You sound like Sister Victoria, which is interesting. But let's keep going. The neighborhood watch captain's action were every parent's worst nightmare, he continued. Packing up a 9mm gun on prescription medication, going around the neighborhood passing judgment on who should or who shouldn't be in the neighborhood. God help you if he comes up to your teenager and he don't answer the questions the right way. You might find yourself in the same situation that Trayvon parents are in, Attorney Crump said. Man, he was on medications too. And they trying to pull the ones out on Trayvon with a gun medication. You need to have been pulling out on Zimmerman. See what I'm saying? He feels the trial is a real litmus test of how far America has come in matters of equal justice since the days of 14-year-old Emmett Till. And you know what happened. They tried to take me off. They tried to take me out. We had to take them out. How about that? We back. So, where we at? Let me say this last part. Packing up a 9mm, because I don't know where they cut us out at. Packing up a 9mm gun on prescription medication, going around the neighborhood, passing judgment on who should or who shouldn't be in the neighborhood. God help you if he comes up to your teenager and he don't answer the questions the right way. You might find yourself in the same situation that Trayvon's parents are in, Attorney Crump said. Now, I'm not trying to speed up because I know from years of experience, a lot of individuals that watch this show, they like me to kind of slow it down for them because, I don't know, some of them may be, I ain't gonna say slow, they may just, want to take, for what reason they want me to take my time. So I just sped it up to get us back up to par because I don't know what we got cut out of it. But let's keep going. He feels the trial is a real litmus test of how far America has come in matters of equal justice since the days of 14-year-old Emmett Till. And that's where it popped us out, I think. But Emmett Till, some white woman told the man something about Emmett Till. I think they said he looked at her, winked at her. Yeah, he winked at her. And they go over to Emmett Till out of town, right? He ain't with his mama. He on a vacation out of town. With his relatives, and they didn't made it back home. He up in the bed resting and sleep. Everybody in there sleep. lights out and everything. Then they get a knock on the door, like boom, 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 boom. Yeah, yeah. You got a boy. Emmett Till. Yeah, Emmett Till. And the uncle, he didn't let him in the house. First of all, you ain't coming in this goddamn house. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, is you the police? Hell no. Go get the police. You know what I'm saying? But you're not coming up in this house. I'm not letting you up in my house. But in them times, some people just, they was very submissive to white supremacy. So he didn't let him in the house, talk to him or whatever, snatched him up out the house. He didn't let him snatch him up out the house now. Not just come in the house and snatch him up out the house. Put him on the back of the truck. He didn't let him put him on the back of their truck. Now he didn't let him take him out of the yard. He supposed to be the first protector. He supposed to be protector of whoever in the house. I done sent my baby down there with y'all, and you supposed to be protected. And the mama, the auntie, didn't let him do all the stuff too. Both of y'all really supposed to be the protection when it come down to it, before they get down to the babies. They didn't let them take the baby, roll out. He ain't even go with him. You know what I'm saying? He ain't even go with him. Just let them take the baby out and off. And when they got the baby back, when they did see the baby didn't look the same. All mushed up. The baby looked worse. If you seen the movie Mask, the baby looked worse than the movie Mask. If you seen the movie Fly, the baby looked worse in the movie Fly. They messed the baby up bad. Okay? That's what your white supremacy, white power do when it's out of control and not being checked. Okay? So they didn't kill the baby. That's practically what they did. Emmett Till killed the baby. Let's keep going. So we're here at the Emmett Till. The 14-year-old Emmett Till, murdered in Money, Mississippi in 1955. And civil rights leader, man, it's something in the nation happened in 1955. I can't put my hand on it, but something else happened in 1955, and I think it was pretty great. In 1955, and civil rights leader Medgar Evers, who was assassinated in 1963 in Jackson, Mississippi. And the attorney feels renewed activism is a critical part of the important case in holding people accountable. National Hoodie Day. Actions in the Bay Area will include a call for people around the world to flood the streets to demonstrate and flood the internet with pictures, videos, and statements supporting justice for Trayvon Martin and condemning the justice system, according to organizer D. Andre Teeter. Well, if we was doing that like they did then, man, the whole Twitter, the whole Instagram, the whole YouTube reels, all the reels, TikTok and everything will be practically on flick right now. It'll be on pack right now. If we was to do that for Young Dolph, Nipsey Hussle, and all the other numerous rappers and brothers and sisters that this has come about with. It ain't always got to be the blue on black. We should be doing this not just for the blue on black, but we should be doing this for the black. I don't even want to call it black on black. Most time it's a nigga on nigga, the nigga on nigga, or the nigga on black. Okay, blue on black, nigga on nigga, and nigga on black. Okay, sometimes you may get a yellow on black as well. You may get a yellow on nigga, you may get a blue on nigga as well. And then sometimes, this one you don't want to put in there like that, but you may get a nigga on blue. Okay, I seen two niggas the other day on blue, two blues at that. The dog, somebody called about the dog outside barking in the car, and the female police and the male police, male and the female, went up and knocked at the door. As soon as they opened the door, this bad boy Billy the Kid, Black Billy the Kid, then shot the man in the head. And the woman cop, she took off running down the highway. Now, that's where it kind of lost me at. You're police, you train, and you see your partner get shot, and you take off running. But you got a gun. That was the mistake. If somebody shoot my partner, I'm trained, I'm shooting you. Okay? Right there, point blank. I'm not running down. I got a gun, too. Even in the hood. I'm not running. You shot my man with a gun. I got a gun. He got a gun. You done shot my man in the head. Why the hell I'm running? I'm shooting you. Okay? But she ran down the hall, and the boy ran down the hall behind her. They went to tussling, and he telling his girl, it was a girl, to grab her gun. She done took the police officer's gun. He done got her, now the police woman down on the ground. And they both pointing guns at her. His gun, and she done took to be honest, I think it's this computer. It ain't got enough memory. I'm gonna have to upgrade this memory. But anyway, the lady police on the floor, and they both pointing the guns at her. These two niggas, like Black Bonnie and Clyde, and she telling them, "You ain't got to do this. You ain't got to do that." And the boy shoot her in the neck, and then shoot her in the head. That's terrible, man. That's terrible. Like I say, some instances you get nigga on blue, but you get most time, 10 times out, I say 9 times out of 10, it's a nigga on a nigga. And then you can put the other 3, well, it's a nigga on nigga or nigga on black. And you can put the yellow on black and the blue on, well, I don't know about the blue on black too much, but the blue on nigga is up in that bottom part too. You got the nigga on nigga, nigga on black, and the blue on black is the top 3, as far as I'm concerned, as far as when people of color get killed. But this instance, what I just said, was 2 niggas on the blue. But anyway, let's get back to it. It's a simple fact that, first of all, the murder of Trayvon Martin would not have even become a blimp on the radar of the conscience of people in this country if it had not been for the courageousness and perseverance of Trayvon's parents, which is a beautiful thing. That's what parents are supposed to do. Mr. Teeter said, they didn't let up on a tragedy that happens all too often in America. It took hold on social media and drew national outrage, he added. And anytime the blue, which is government paid by America, the United States of America Corporation, and they kill somebody that's a so-called citizen of America, they need to be checked. not let go, not checked out. They need to be checked in, as far as I'm concerned. You at the highest post. That's like the Supreme Judge is going around here killing politicians, and then they don't, and they get checked out. What about what if it was that? It's the same God, as far as I'm concerned. I'm looking at the authority on it. That's like the Supreme judges walking around here. Um, you know, what they call it, what, like Jesse James or somebody, and going around popping blues all, and they getting off with it. That wouldn't be cool, would it? Of course not. There should be some kind of, they do the payouts, but I mean, you can't go back in that type of. It's no way you can't go back in that type of position like that. If they get paid out, and you go back to police officer, that's not your trade no more. You're gonna have to do something else. You can become a security guard or something, non-commissioned at that. You can go on out there and flip some burgers or something, you know, flip some burgers, or going out there and start your own business or something like the online or something outside or something. But police department is just not for you, sir. It's just not for you, ma'am. That's just not for you. Obviously, when you done killed somebody that was innocent, I can't let you come back up in this office talking about you a police. You can't represent us like that. But you know how they got so many up in there nowadays. That's why it's so hypocritical, and that's why it's so tainted. That's why it's so corrupted. You got too many Klan men up in the police department with the uniform on. They done took off the white uniform on and put the blue uniform on, and they getting away with it. And it must stop. Mother Nature is starting to come in and lend a hand where the Justice Department ain't putting their hand in. That's just the beginning of it. But yeah, it's gonna stop one way or the other. It's best that you stop it than have Mother Nature come up and then take out your whole family and your whole city and shut the whole thing down. You know what I'm saying? Get so upset, Mother Nature gets so upset, y'all ain't bringing justice for the people that's born since the planet came here, and y'all doing them all unjust as hell. Mother Nature's like, shoot, since y'all don't want to do them right, I take out a whole city. Matter of fact, I take out 2 cities. What about, hey, I take out 3 cities. You want to get more extreme? I'll get more extremer than you. I take out 4 cities. Oh, you want to get more extreme? Me out for a minute. I'm back. That's the guy putting down justice. Well, you should have put the justice down. You so-called call yourself justice. I can call you so-called justice because we ain't seen justice yet. You ain't even gave us reparations. Talking about you just. Get the hell out of here with that bullshit. Miss me with that BS. You know what I'm saying? You can miss me with you miss me like galaxies with that BS as far as I'm concerned. I don't stay on that small time. You miss me by galaxies with that BS. Talking about you just. You ain't even gave the people reparations. Who you think you fooling? You think you fooling somebody over here in Australia? You think you fooling somebody over here in China, in India? Huh? You think you fooling somebody over here in Africa talking about you just? You think we believe you gonna be just to us when you ain't even been just to the ones in your own house? Who you take us for, some fools or something? You really joking. You really joking. You really think you pulling that off on us, huh? You keep on thinking that, then. Let's keep on going. Where we at? This is not just, I'm gonna have to end this anyway, so we're gonna go on and finish up. This is not just your typical murder by police, which happens all too often in this country. Like I said, you're going to get something that you ain't know you was going to get that's up to date as well. But let's keep going. This is not just your typical murder by police, which happens all too often. That may be they made up so much last time we was on. So I'm coming back to it. It's just so much. We've been held down too long in the ground. We didn't became super diamonds. You know what I'm saying? The bad boy took us off at like 2 or 3 months right before the pandemic hit. I got so pissed I said, meet my little friend. I said, you even took off the babies, man? You even took off the babies? What's wrong with you? I was so upset, man. You done took off the babies too? I said, meet my little friend. Meet my big friend or something. Next thing you know, bam, goddamn pandemic. You feeling it to this day. Hey, I didn't know what was coming, but I felt something was going to hit their tail after they did that. And they feeling it to this day. Hey, as far as I'm concerned, you're getting what you deserve. You don't mess with the So What show. We hit you. Gotta tear your tail up when you start seeing the force. I ain't gotta say it after that. You gonna feel it. But anyway, we're back. God done whipped the tail enough to let him, think about it. We back. Let's keep going. This is not just your typical murder by police, which happens all too often in this country, but a wannabe cop who was going around patrolling the neighborhood, looking at a young man with a hoodie and saying he's up to no good and blowing him away. Mr. Teeter told the Final Call. It was the outpouring of tens of thousands of people in the streets that forced Mr. Zimmerman's arrest, and that same vigilance is needed to ensure the system, which is currently painting an aggressive Trayvon Martin and a poor, helpless George Zimmerman in the media. Fake media, as far as I'm concerned. BS media today. It won't pass fake media. It's straight BS. Fails in its attempt to see the shooter go free. Mr. Teeter continued. If you can't go and find your own news and research from different avenues of news and even go overseas and communicate with them as far as news, you'll never find the news dealing with BS news today. That ain't even fake news. It done upgraded. It's the 2.0 and it's called BS news. If Zimmerman walks, it's like painting a big target on the backs of black and brown youth throughout this country. It is open season for anyone, and we sure have seen it since. Just cops, not just cops, but any racist who wants to shoot you down with complete immunity, and we're not going to let this happen, he vowed. Well, they didn't got started. They showed testing you, Teeter. They showed testing you, Teeter. Bay Area National Hoodie Day actions at the Fruitvale Bark Plaza in Oakland and Oscar Grant Plaza, and also called attention to California inmates' third hunger strike against alleged inhuman treatment in prison. The national network also sent a delegation to attend the trial in Stanford, Florida, which included Cephas Johnson and his wife, Beatrice, the uncle and aunt of Oscar Grant III. Mr. Grant was killed by a Bay Area rapid transit officer in 2009. Johannes Massaro, I probably butchered that name, was convicted of involuntary manslaughter and sentenced to 2 years in prison. Hoodie Day demonstrates gathered at Niagara Square in Buffalo, New York. If you ain't been there, that's a beautiful place. For a march and rally. While protesters gathered at St. Nick's Park and Union Square South Plaza in New York City, in Dallas, Texas. If you ain't been there, it's a beautiful place. And in Chicago, in certain areas, in both Dallas and Chicago. It's a beautiful place. Say it like that. Protests were held in Dealey Plaza. Basically, what we see here with police murders and mass incarcerations is the same kind of racial profiling that led to the wannabe cop Zimmerman stopping Trayvon Martin. We have a situation where millions and millions of blacks and Latinos have been targeted for racial profiling, or whole pipelines that lead to prison and police murderers and so forth, said Clyde Young, a former prisoner and an organizer with the Stop Mass Incarceration Network. What we're setting out to do is change the climate in this country. These are intolerable crimes that are being committed against people. We're setting out to build a movement for revolution and taking on these outrages as part of building that movement for revolution, he said. With that, family, we're already over an hour. We're going to call that a day. Now, if you want to find out this information, you can just go to finalcall.com and subscribe. You can go to finalcall.com and subscribe. You can read it without all my my remixes in it, because I remix it here. I remix it here. It don't make no sense for me to read something as if I ain't getting more than what I'm reading. I'm getting it's the remix, because I'm giving you past information, present information, and maybe some future information that you ain't even seen yet. Okay? That's what makes us so special. And not just that, we getting it from the Final Call. And not just that, as of today, in the background, you may see some books that you need to read. We just got this one in right here, okay, by Ash Cash, the 21-day money right challenge. I done read a couple of his books. One of his books, I didn't even know it was him. Then I read a second book, and I seen his picture, and it was a good book. So I said, man, let me go and get another one of this man's book, because he be having some good books. And I read books. I don't know about you reading books, but I read books. I can't even show you all the books I done read, because I done gave away a lot of books. And then, people come over, man, can I read that book? And they get the book, and they don't ever bring the book back. Book come up missing. I usually have How to Eat to Live 1 and 2. My 1 gone, so obviously I must let somebody. I said start out with the 1 and bring it back and give me. Now to let you get the 2. They ain't never came back with the 1, obviously. Who did it? I don't know. But you know who you were. And all of them, and you know who I gave you who you are. I gave a book to, and you never returned it. Now you probably didn't even read the book. Hopefully you read the book. But I ain't giving books out no more. You know what I'm saying? We got technology today where if you really want the book, I can show you ways of getting the book without taking my book today. You know what I'm saying? So that's over with as far as that go. But this book right here, we just got it. We're gonna be reading this book right here. Okay. One of the latest books I done read was Sweat the Technique by Rakim. That is a good book as far as if you are in the hip hop, you in the music, period, and you want to learn about the business side. He goes into the business side. He goes into his rhymes. He even goes into how he write rhymes. And I was looking at how he wrote rhymes. I was like, dang, man, that's how I write rhymes. And I'm thinking maybe that's why I be sounding like him so much sometimes. Because when you really go into the science of you pull out them dictionaries and you do it. I do it, but I didn't never tell nobody. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, man, that's just too much. And then they probably wouldn't understand it. But I understood everything he was saying because I'm like, that's what I be doing. But that's not my only style of writing raps. I can go off the head, just off the head and chop it up. That's another style of making music. Another style of making music, what I do when you get into that zone is I go to my friends and associates and I tell them to give me a word and I turn that word into the chorus or the title of the song and I write the song that way. I be challenging myself because it's so easy. I done lost more music than you can that you know of that I have. I done lost probably about 10 times as much. But anyway, those are some of the ways it's fun to me that way. Or I watch a movie and I write a song as if I'm writing their soundtrack for their next album. I mean, for their next movie. You know what I'm saying? I do it that way. Or I read a book and it inspires me to write a song. I may watch a show episode and bring on a song from it that way. Or I may experience something, bring on a song that way. I may be pissed off, mad, hot, lava, and I change it from that negative into a positive, and I write a song about it. So and I know it ain't nothing but straight hard truth because I'm living it. You know what I'm saying? I may even say some of the things that you was saying or was thinking. You know what I'm saying? Put it right in there. So that's why you be like, sometimes people be like, he 1 minute he talking Jesus, and the next minute he hot flip. Well, that's just life, as far as I'm concerned. You ain't gonna go through life just talking to no saints. You ain't gonna go. Sometimes you're gonna deal with some demons. It may be inner demons. Sometimes you're gonna have good days. Sometimes you're gonna have bad days. That's just life, and that's how I do it. I'm not like I'm not fronting, or I'm not putting up a front like I'm some Mr. Goody Two Shoe, and I don't never curse. I don't never go through nothing bad. I don't never get pissed off. I don't never be happy. I ain't never been in love. I ain't never liked somebody. I ain't never had certain thoughts. I ain't never thought about killing the motherfucker. You know, thing. I'm just being real. So you take it how you want to take it. That's me. You know what I'm saying? People can do it their way. That's how I do it. That's Landocious. That's my stage name. Okay. With that being stated, family, we're gonna go on and end this one for today. Look like I'm gonna have to go on and ante up for a whole nother week. Maybe I can figure it out. If not, you're gonna look like you may just get them all again in one day. But this time you're gonna see me down at the bottom of it, since I ain't figured that out yet. How I can take myself out the picture and you can still get the audio. So with that being stated, we out of here, family. Hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed it, put a comment in if you want. Hit that like button. You ain't even gotta share it. As far as I'm concerned, from what I'm understanding, if a lot of people hit the like button, YouTube gonna share it itself. So you can like it, share it, subscribe it, hit the notification bell for future episodes if you like. I'm not holding you back. Freedom, justice, and equality here. Do what you like. You want to go down there and cuss me out? Go ahead and cuss me out. I'm not gonna even. I'm not gonna even take you out. You gonna be there like Pharaoh, um, when he was pursuing after Moses and the children. You're gonna be just a body there. You're gonna be looking at it, man. You're gonna have to go back and take it off yourself. As far as I'm concerned, hope nobody don't screenshot it. Yep, that's what he said, man. Look, that's what he said. And now you look at him. He all over there trying to be his friend and stuff. But well, look, we got you right here. We heard what you said. We got it right here. You know how it go. So I'm not gonna hold you back. You want to say everything in the book? Go ahead. Knock yourself out. Until next time, family, keep your heads on. I said keep your heads on. Maybe that was purposely said. Keep your heads on. Keep your head up. Keep your heads on. Stay focused and read. Peace out. If I can get it. I gotta get back used to this thing.